I own around 7 Logitech products: mice, keyboards, webcams, lights, and even an old racing wheel. So today I'm putting pretty much every Logitech product that I own into a tier list. C tier at the bottom for the stuff that I regret, and S tier at the top for the one product that I genuinely cannot replace. So we're going worst to best. Here we go. Now starting at the bottom, C tier, Logitech C920 webcam. This is the webcam that everyone just sort of defaults to. It's been the just buy the C920 recommendation for over a decade now, and to be honest, that's exactly the problem. It's a decade old. So here today, the C920 is a 1080p webcam in a world where your phone shoots 4K. The image is soft, the autofocus hunts in low light, and the colors look a lot washed out compared to anything modern. For Zoom calls, it's fine, but for streaming or YouTube, you can do better for the same money. The weird part about it is that Logitech still charges a decent amount of money for it. They've got newer webcams in that lineup, but the C920 keeps getting pushed because the name carries the weight. So don't fall for it, buy something newer, C tier for me. Also in the C tier is the Logitech Litra Beam LX. This is Logitech's premium streaming light. It's dual-sided, you've got RGB on the back, app control as well, and on paper it sounds amazing. In practice, it's a 150 to 200 pound light that does the job a 40 pound panel does just as well. The build quality is genuinely nice. The dual-sided design is very clever, but you're paying Logitech tax for a product that doesn't meaningfully outperform much cheaper alternatives. If you're a beginner streamer being told that you need this, you definitely don't. Save the money and put it towards a better mic or a better camera and just get a cheaper light instead. So now we're moving up to the B tier. This is the Logitech G915. This is Logitech's premium low-profile wireless mechanical keyboard, and on paper, it's everything that I could have wanted. Full size with a numpad, wireless, slim aluminium build, and the low-profile switches feel great to type and game on. So why is the G915 only B tier? It's actually because I bought the wrong version. On the standard G915, the symbols under the number keys, the minus, the equals, all those sorts of things, they don't light up. In a dim room, you're squinting or using your monitor light to try and see where you're looking, but the newer G915X actually fixes this by illuminating every symbol properly. And it also swaps the outdated micro USB port for USB-C. The G915 is a great keyboard, held back by small decisions that the X version quietly corrected. If you're buying one today, spend the extra £46 and get the X. Don't make the mistake that I did. That's why it's in B tier. Also in B tier, the Logitech Driving Force GT. Now this one you might see as a bit of a curveball because it's old, like genuinely discontinued, find it on eBay type old. But hear me out, that's exactly why it earns its place. The Driving Force GT was Logitech's mid-range sim racing wheel back in the day, and it still works perfectly. Force feedback feels good, build is solid, and you can pick one up second-hand for a fraction of what new wheels cost. If you do want to dip into sim racing without dropping £400 on a Logitech G Pro racing wheel, this is genuinely a very smart entry point. Now it's not S tier or A tier because the tech has moved on and you're buying used, so you never know what you're gonna get, but for what it costs now, it's really hard to argue with. B tier. Now we're getting into the good stuff. A tier. The Logitech MX Master 2S. This is the productivity mouse, the one that lives on millions of office desks, and even though it's now several generations old, there's a 3 and a 3S and a 4S as well by the time you're watching this, the original 2S still holds up. The shape is the secret. It fits in your hand in a way that just disappears after a few minutes. The infinite scroll wheel is genuinely useful for long documents and spreadsheets, and the side thumb wheel is one of those features that you don't think you need until you've used it and work it into your workflow. Now it's definitely not a gaming mouse, so you won't be taking this into a Valorant match, although you can, probably not a good idea. But for everything else, emails, writing, browsing, editing, all the stuff that you need to do on your PC, the MX Master 2S is still excellent. And because it's older, you can still find one cheap. This is a very solid A tier for me. Also in A tier, the Logitech G502X Lightspeed. Now I made a whole video comparing this to the G Pro Wireless if you do want the deep dive, but here's the short version. The G502X is the productivity gaming hybrid. You get 11 programmable buttons, a sniper button, a tilt-click scroll wheel, and Lightspeed wireless that's basically lag-free, as you'd expect with Logitech products. If you stream, edit video, or live in software with loads of shortcuts, then the G502X is absolutely brilliant. Those extra buttons genuinely earn their keep. The reason it's not S tier is the weight. At 102 grams, it is noticeably heavier than modern competitive mice, and if you're a serious FPS player, you'll feel it after a long session. But for a hybrid work and play mouse, maybe you've only got enough space for one mouse on your desk, it's one of the best out there. A tier, pretty comfortably could have been S. Now finally, S tier, the one product that I am so happy with. It is the Logitech G Pro Wireless. This is the only Logitech product that I own that I genuinely couldn't replace and that I haven't replaced since I bought it. It came out in 2018 and 8 years later, it's still the most used mouse in professional esports. Pros could use anything. Logitech would pay them to switch to newer products, but some of them just don't. And to be honest, that kind of tells you everything that you need to know about this mouse. The G Pro Wireless is 80 grams, it's ambidextrous and has the cleanest, most reliable click feel of any wireless mouse that I've ever used. There's a reason it's become a benchmark. Every "Is this mouse good?" review always compares it back to the G Pro. It's just the standard for every gaming mouse. Yes, of course, there's a Superlight 2 now, and yes, of course, on paper, it's better than the original G Pro, but if you can find one on sale, especially now that the new ones have come out, it's still one of the best wireless mice that you can buy this year. S tier, the only S tier product that Logitech makes that I use, in my opinion, and I've actually bought 2 of them because they're just that good. So here's the pattern. Look at where everything landed here on this tier list. S tier, of course, you got a gaming mouse. A tier, a gaming mouse and a productivity mouse. B tier, a gaming keyboard and a gaming racing wheel. C tier, the webcam and the streaming light. The 2 products marketed hardest are content creators. Logitech's gaming division, Logitech G, is making some of the best peripherals in the world right now, in my opinion. Their creator gear, the more productivity-focused stuff, I'd say apart from the MX Master, is usually a little bit too expensive for what you're actually getting. Think of the G Pro Wireless, the G502X, all worth your money, whereas the Litra Lights, the C920, a little bit too much for how they're currently performing. But of course, there are plenty of options in the productivity space. So that's the full Logitech tier list. If you want to pick up any of these products mentioned in this video, then I'll leave an affiliate link down there in the description to Amazon. So if you want to pick up any of those, it is of course much appreciated and helps support the channel in so many ways. We really appreciate that. If you did enjoy this video, of course, make sure to leave a like, rating, subscribe so you don't miss out on any future content. Check out this video on the screen if you haven't seen it already. Thank you all so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.